Ah. Hello, everyone. Oh, welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. I'm Wendy. It's me, Light Trainer, and I'm back again with the Linkzilla.
Greetings, mortals.
Who may have, stepped into hell a little bit too long again.
You are here to clean with a power wash, but there's no power that can cleanse your souls.
Link, do you need a Snickers?
Why?
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Better?
Not really, but at least I'm not hungry anymore.
I couldn't resist. You gave me the opportunity. Haos will be with us momentarily. He's just got a couple of things to do in the back, but yeah. He'll join us when he does. Anyways, last time when we did this, give me a second. No, I did not mean to knock over my trash can.
Well, how full was it?
Not all that bad. Not all that full. Okay. Okay, last time we did it, we had a few interesting jobs. We cleaned let's see here. If I recall correctly, we did the fire truck as well as oh yeah, and the forest cottage, where we learned some very interesting possible things about some bank robbers that happened, while being amused at the fact that these two are basically named after Hansel and Gretel, and they make treats. Yeah. But we've also got word that the mayor's cat had been found.
Oh, really?
At the edge of the volcano.
Well, it's been sighted at the edge of the volcano. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's been found.
Yeah. Still no word on how that little rescue went. So, yeah. Whoops. But today, we got ourselves a pretty light day. We got ourselves nothing but vehicles today. First of all, we got Grandpa Miller's car. Apparently, he poked at us while we were busy doing a couple jobs. And then we got one of the oldest bikes in the world, the penny farthing. And then one of my co-workers is going to be happy because he's been looking for an RV for a while. So, maybe maybe this will be a good little gift to him once we finish cleaning it. I don't know. But first, it's been a while since we've been over to the Miller's place at 113 Apple Avenue. And Leonard Miller is still with the all caps. Hello, Doc. I hope you're as good with cars as you are with houses, because I got my old wagon out of the garage and it's dirtier than the Dung Beetle's Christmas list. Still turns over fine, but I'm not taking Dolores out for a spin till it's gleaming as she is. Thanks, Leonard. Dirtier than the Dung Beetle's Christmas list. I like that one. Yes, as we all know, dung beetles like poop. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's got a little bit of rust, some moss.
How does anybody let their car get into that condition?
Who knows?
I mean, basically, I get a bit embarrassed when I basically see...
Oh my gosh, it used to be a racing car by the looks of things.
Oh, wow.
And look at the license plate.
What's it say? B2R.
Either born to ride or born to race. Either way, that is funny. You might even find the odd streaky line where Bert tried to clean it with his power washer. Dribble washer is more like. Jeez. Jeez, I come out here one time to clean their house out of the goodness of my heart for their son. And his dad let the caps lock on. Oh well. Yeah, this definitely looks like it was an old racing car or something. I can see the numbers and stickers. Anyways, I've definitely been... This morning, the gaming news has been off the walls.
How so?
Well, they announced that they're in production of a Knuckles spin-off movie.
A Knuckles spin-off movie. Wonder
And
how
guess-
Idris Elba's gonna feel about that.
And guess what?
Is it gonna be the Chaotix? It'd be funny if it was the Chaotix.
Well, no, but they brought back the hat from the Archie comics he used to wear.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is...
Yeah. Yeah, Haos showed me a tweet, and I shared it in the lair.
That's incredible. Because in a lot of ways, it's not just from the Archie comics. It actually did appear in the original Sonic movie. Basically what was meant to be a pilot for a Sonic anime that never materialized.
Oh, okay. I remember just seeing it in the Archie comics.
Wonder if it also appeared in Underground as well.
I think so, too. Yeah, I vaguely remember it being in Underground.
Yep.
Dang, I haven't seen that cartoon for a while. It didn't do
Yeah.
too as well as the others did, though, but I guess because it was like a little bit out there, I don't know.
It's basically like available like on Amazon. And I remember I actually kind of liked it when I watched most of it like a few years ago on Netflix. It basically isn't as serious as Sonic Sat AM, which I think a lot of people were expecting, but it isn't nearly as goofy as the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog either. I think
Yeah.
they strike some middle ground.
Oh.
Gesundheit.
God, look at that. Your ad
Your
here.
ad here. Yep, it was definitely a racing car.
Maybe I could probably sweet talk Grandpa Miller into advertising my power wash business.
I was once almost offered a job that would basically be, let us use your car for advertisement and we'll give you like $500 a week.
I smell the scam.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah. And the other thing that was announced was that another Pokemon thing for the Scarlet and Violet DLC that came out. Basically what looks like a pre-evolution of one of the legendaries that they announced. Oh, here we go. Bye, Jiminy. That's right. I used to race this beast all over. It's got a grunt like an angry rhino. Heck, I won the 1989 Race of Champions in it. Oh, that explains it. He's a retired race car driver. No, I didn't. I watched that on TV. Okay. Well, at least he corrected himself. Either way. Oh, either way. Oh yeah, did I clean out the other one? I better check. No, I didn't yet. Okay. That's because it was higher up. I'm doing this while all low to the ground. Yeah, figured. Start off low, then make my way up. So yeah, and let me tell you, as shown in the lair, it is cute, it is pretty, and makes me even look more forward to the DLC.
That's good.
It pretty much looks like a jeweled tortoise.
Well, it's about time they had one of those.
Yep. Oh. I'm gonna check. Did I get the other one? Yes, I did. Okay, just double checking. And then, of course, ye old Moogle treasure trove is coming back around again, starting on the 24th.
Locals.
Yeah, for 14. Basically, for those who are out of the loop, the Moogle treasure trove is like a little bit of something to keep. Is like a special little challenge thing, so people can get these special tombstones from certain trials and dungeons, mostly with the main quest scenario, and they can get themselves previously obtainable like mounts and everything, and music and orchestral rolls, as well as a random accessory that or piece of glam that they put in every now and then. In this case, it's a little porksy earring. It looks so darn cute. As well as like mounts from like previous trials that are usually really tricky to get because they're usually in the savage modes. And this usually happens before they start bringing out a bigger patch. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this red one is going to be my best friend for this car. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, considering how pretty popular, anyways, going back to the Knuckles movie, considering how well received and well made the main movies were. Oh, hey, Dirt. What's up, Leonard? What? I think he's being silly.
So I guess your character's name is Dr. Dirt, huh?
Yeah. Get lost, would ya? Oh, he's talking to the dirt that was on the car. Oh, okay. Oh. He's giving off those silly old man vibes. And I mean it in a good way, because he's just being so silly and funny right now. I ain't complaining. There we go. Look at that. Got the whole rear end all shiny and clean.
Nice.
Do 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 do. There we go. Hmm. I don't like the look of that smoke coming from the volcano. Very concerning.
Volcanoes actually kind of frequently smoke all the time. Doesn't mean that they're about to erupt.
True. There we go. How long will you be? I was thinking of taking the car for a tear out down the old abandoned sewer system. Excuse me, Mr. Miller.
You'll have to charge him double.
Yep. You cannot rush this, Mr. Miller. What's it with all this rust? There we go. Turbo fast car. There we go. And that's that. And done. Seriously. Need to talk to his son about his dad's driving plans. There we go. I've had a word with Lenny. He's certainly not going to be tearing it down the sewer system. He will be sticking to Main Street for now. Thank you, Dolores. At least his wife's got the right idea. Oh, you could definitely say that this is a vehicle center episode, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Let's see. Let's see. Hang on a second. Do I have any more cleaners left to buy from the shop? Yes. Now, how do I do it again? No. No. Ah, there it is. Figured. This will make it easier on me with all the rust. There we go. And now for the rest of the windows. That was my easiest, quickest job ever.
Really? Sure that you had some quicker ones.
We still haven't reached the penny farthing yet, though, but yeah. But hey. Doc, the car looks so fresh. You are a soap star. You are a soap-a-star. Can't wait to see old Bert's face when me and Dolores streak past his front yard and sees what a power washing pro can do. Wasn't aware that you were a doctor. Yeah. Let's see here. Anyway, speaking of which, here's the penny farthing. Allergon Evans came a crop on the old bicycle. Seems like the element of rust may have crept in and seized up the ruddy stop plugs. Give the old boy a quick swish and there's a shiny through penny in it for you. No problem, Mr. Evans. Yeah. Well, I am a doctor of anything dirty. Germs beware. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I definitely feel this one's definitely going to be quicker. It's a $10 job, and look at this little thing. Holy crud, look at all that rust.
Although I have a feeling that there are a whole lot of nooks and crannies that are going to prove to be very irritating.
Yep. Well.
I mean, at this point, I don't even think this needs it needs a power wash. It needs to basically soak in a huge vat of CLR for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not a few hours. CLR is so powerful it could be just a few minutes. Holy, look at the percentage going up. Wow. We're at 90% already. And here's where everything slows to a crawl.
Mm-hmm.
99.
All set is the seat. And that's where ye old footstool is gonna come in. Because that thing is a very tall seat. There it is! Look at that! Took me less than 2 minutes!
Wow.
Amazing. Thank goodness I had some soap left. Wow, it happened so fast that the time lapse didn't pick it up properly. What tremendous job. He's come out of absolute dream. If he didn't write so beautifully, I'd flog him to a museum. Last. Okay, time for the RV. And this will give me enough stars to get me at least unlocking the next power washer. Problem is, nope, not that. It's quite expensive. I need to save up on a lot. Well, good thing there's still that old email I got in my thing from a certain Miss Croft. That's right, people. After taking care of the RV, we are starting another mini-series. But first, let's clean up this RV. Doc would like you to meet our trusty RV. Before we settled down at Esther's, we traveled around the country, chasing mysteries, doing odd jobs. Just bumbling around, really. One day we might be deep in the wood. Next, we're traveling at breakneck speed along country roads, evading the authorities. All of which has taken a toll on our poor RV. Please give her the clean she deserves and to reclaim her crown as queen of the open road. No problem.
Chasing mysteries, but then they're avoiding the authorities.
Does that sound strangely familiar?
I'm really interested in seeing what this thing's natural color is.
I'm having a sneaky suspicion it is a teal blue.
Teal blue. Does it have orangish flowers drawn all over it?
Just wanted to say how grateful Jenny and I are for everything you've done for us. You've really helped us get on our feet. Oh, yep, there's the flowers. Sounds silly, but watching the house was when no one else would make such a difference as our and as for the car. Yeah, well, you got a flower. Graffitied.
Yes, I'm wondering if these people had a dog traveling around with them.
Who knows? That seems to be the only flower.
Although actually seeing an RV like this rendered in the game, it makes me think that maybe the PowerWash developers should try and get a deal together with Universal to see if they can basically do some levels based on Jurassic Park, because you could basically do the trailers from the Lost World. You could do the Jurassic Park vehicles.
Oh my gosh, yes!
That would be interesting.
Yeah, the only thing we got closest to cleaning up a dinosaur-related thing was that kids' park.
Yeah.
There we go.
Imagine if you had to do the trailers after they went over the cliff.
I'd be charging triple. Because I'm already still mad at those guys back in Midgar for causing all that hard work I did cleaning their dumb robots go to waste. I still haven't gotten the extra bill for that all settled. There we go. That's another wheel cleaned. Strange. We almost got all the jobs done, and we still haven't picked up any sign of that one level I remember from Markiplier's playthrough.
Ah. That's the one that he did with MapPath, right?
Well, he did it solo for a while himself, but yes. There's this one infamous level that I am not looking forward to in this game. Anyone who's played the game already will know which one I'm talking about. It's another one that's in the woods, but that's all I'm going to say. Ah. There we go. I wasn't going to be down on my belly cleaning up like all this without taking care of the gosh darn bumper.
Excellent. I'm just glad that they don't make you get the undercarriage too.
Yeah, that would be a pain in the butt.
Doc kicked himself in not thinking to make the underside slip-proof. Who would ever think to make the underside of a vehicle slip-resistant?
But yeah. Like, yeah, I'm just... Also, in other news, I'm almost done the first Mega Man Battle Network game. Which definitely proves how incredibly short it is compared to when I started playing Mega Man Battle Network 3. Way back in the day. But I'm treating this experience like... Yeah. But I'm also treating it like I am doing Stormblood. I'm just gonna get through it so I can get to the good stuff. Well, we got some of the underside to do down here.
Unbelievable.
Rust, be gone, thought! No, seriously, get out of here, Rust. I've only got a limited amount of the metal cleaner. I'd rather save it for when I absolutely have to use it. go. Finally. Now for the top bunker. Bumper. Nah. Why is I bunker? Hey Link, I'm curious. If there was ever a gaming collection you would be looking forward to, what would it be?
All the games were franchise bundled and collected together. Not exactly sure, because, well, apart from ones I already own, I can't really think of any others that I would actually need.
Not even a full-on Doom series? Classic Doom trilogy?
They've basically got those, and I'm pretty sure that it's basically like Doom 3, the BFG edition. But the thing about it is that I basically own all the classic Doom games anyway. There's really no point.
Not even if they added like little extra things to it?
Well, it would depend on it would depend on what those little extra things are.
Okay, the reason why I asked it, because thinking back to the Battle Network series, the reason why it took so freaking long is that they had to remake the game from the ground up. They had to, even though there is still some spelling errors.
Unbelievable. After all these years, they still can't get it right.
Yeah, but most of the dialogue and everything was all done from the Japanese. But the basis of the game came from the Japanese ones, so they had to redo everything, the translations and everything, as well as include the download of some very strong downloadable chips that was used as exclusive giveaways way back in Japan. We in North America never got those chips. Which gets me hoping that if they ever make an entire Pokemon collection, they do the same thing again.
I mean, I think an entire Pokemon collection would be convenient, but they will literally never do it, because that would defeat the purpose of the Pokemon games.
Oh, Nintendo!
You should really be asking Game Freak, I should think.
Yeah, Game Freak! There's an idea for you!
It's not gonna make us any more money.
Don't give a care! Pretty pleased with a Pecha Berry on top. Just on the off chance in case Game Freak is listening in and we give them an idea for an entire classic Pokemon collection. Okay, I'm gonna need the footstool for this so I could get up to the higher nooks and crannies of this dang bumper.
So I wonder if they were to actually do a full Pokemon collection like that, how would they basically handle most of the generations of games? Would they actually basically release, I don't know, red, blue, yellow, and even green if they were so inclined to? Or would they actually go for something different? Would they actually just decide to combine all the games into one? Because pretty much they are the same game anyway, except for a few missing rosters.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind finally being able to catch all 150 on one game.
And of course, Wi-Fi compatibility so they can, like, battle and trade with your friends still.
Yep, that would be the best, because honestly, having a Game Boy Link cable and having a friend who actually had a Game Boy and basically had the Pokemon that you wanted, that was basically such a headache.
Especially if you have siblings, but they're not into it as you are.
Or maybe you have a sibling that's far too into it.
Aha! There we go.
So while we're on the topic of Pokemon, there's an interesting prompt that I've been thinking of. What's one moment in a Pokemon game that surprised you so much? Like, it's a moment where you were thinking, I did not know that it was even possible to do that in this game. You have a moment like that?
Yeah, actually. Those little, oh my gosh, how could I forget this weakness moments that I call? Because as a casual player, I don't go by like the whole complete competitive stats or anything. No. For me, I like playing casually. So for that, my incentive to try to kick people's butt is with weaknesses. Oh, our Driving Miss Pebbles live streams flopped. The fans just want Esther, so we sold the car for a lot. I mean a lot. And I mean, yes, we do want a supersized lot. Wow.
So they sold that car that we did the last episode, that big Rolls Royce looking thing.
Yeah. Shame too. It's such a pretty car.
But based on like what they said, they definitely got a lot for it. But anyway, continue.
Anyways, like for example, like I said, my biggest strategy is to remember Pokemon weaknesses. So yeah. So for me, I remember some of the weaknesses, but not all of them. For example, did you know that the psychic types are weak to bug type attacks?
Yep, I found that out a while ago.
I completely forgot one day, and then I accidentally misclicked, hit a psychic type with a bug type attack, and kicked their butt. and then there's those little strategies I never thought of trying out, but I figured I'd do one day, and it worked out. Like for example, taking advantage of Mimikyu's disguise ability. What the disguise ability is basically the costume in the Pokedex. Mimikyu makes a costume because it wants to try to attract a Pokemon trainer. So they made their own like little Pikachu costume because Pikachu is like so super popular. It also doubles as a fact as a way of protecting itself because it sometimes has a habit of unintentionally cursing their trainers, and like any ghost type. And well, unlike ghost types who do it maliciously, the Mimikyu doesn't want to do that. So that factors into its disguise ability, giving it basically a free extra hit. What most people do is that they take advantage of that hit, give it sword stance because it's a physical sweeper compared to most, and use that to buff it up and to give it in order to make it hit harder. I didn't think of it before, but then of course, so I tried it out and it worked out. Got me through a lot of tough battles later on once I finally found one in Gen 7.
That's good.
It's also it's also a fairy type.
Mimikyu is a fairy type and a ghost type?
Yeah. Yeah, the first ghost fairy.
It's a freaky deaky combination.
Yep. But it's an adorable little freaky deaky combination. And while Sylveon takes the spot as my favorite fairy type, Mimikyu will take the honor of being my favorite ghost type.
Aw.
Because it worked so hard to try to get a trainer to like it, and it succeeded with me.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah. What about you, Link? What was one of those moments you had?
Well, for me, basically when I was growing up, I basically stuck to the original gen games because for me, I think that 150 of those little buggers is more than enough, but I always knew that basically, like, depending on the type of game you played, you basically were limited on which Pokemon you were going to find in the wild, so there were just ones that I didn't expect to ever actually get. So, one of my favorite places to visit was the Safari Zone, and I basically was going around Safari Zone trying to catch
Hey.
Kangaskhan and Tauros or whatever. Hello.
Yo. Yeah, sorry for the wait. Want to get things settled with Cav before I come on. Don't
Yeah, no
expect it to
worries.
take so long. But he was eating, so meh.
That's good.
And you know, I've been trying my best to keep up with the with the stream on the Twitch itself.
Yeah, we were singing. Like, when were we singing? I can't remember.
When I was-
Nintendo, please
Oh,
let
yeah.
this fantasy become more than a pipe dream.
Pretty
Just
much.
Look at Mario, it's making money. It's making Disney shell out more money to try to ruin it before it makes progress.
Yeah,
For
anyway.
they know. Alrighty.
Anyways. As you were
Anyway.
saying, Link.
So basically, like, I always liked going into the Safari Zone because those were where you basically get like some of the most interesting types of Pokemon. And then basically going around, I suddenly realized that there are a lot of pools of water in the Safari Zone, and I wonder what it would be like if I cast a rod in there and tried to catch something. So I buy my way into the Safari Zone. I go in there. I check out the first little pool that I see. I cast a line. I reel something in, and imagine my surprise when it turns out to be a Dratini.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think that it was possible to catch a Dratini in the base game. I thought that it was like one of those special Pokemon that was just off limits to the player.
No,
Something that
it
you
was
bu-
just... Nah, it was just super rare.
But the fact that basically, like, you can find it in the Safari Zone and in the first pool of the Safari Zone, it drove me insane realizing
Oh.
it.
And Haos left.
Okay. He's
Oh,
back.
there he is.
Yeah, sorry, it's just you guys are coming in like very like staticky on my end. I wasn't sure what was causing that.
Oh, dear.
Can you read me, Haos? You need to realign the satellite communications array.
Yeah, clearly, because you guys are still coming in somewhat staticky.
Huh, weird.
Oh, that's just Dr. Samuel Hayden. He's keeping the communications between us severed because he basically wants to try and force you to talk to him.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I don't blame you for being surprised because Dratinis were very rare.
And, like, I mean, it's a legendary type Pokemon. It's a dragon. Well, it's not a legendary, but it's a dragon type. It's basically the closest that you can get to being legendary without actually being legendary. So,
Well-
the idea that it's basically, like, in this park that anybody can come to and find it. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Haos, no worries. It definitely sounded like you were having a lot of technical issues.
Of course, the thing that I find most irritating is the fact that, in hindsight, catching a Dratini was a lot easier than finding and catching a Tangela.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Haos. Sometimes a good old reboot always seems to fix things.
I mean, seriously, where are those little buggers?
Yeah, tell me about it.
I think that basically when it comes to the original 150, Tangela is like the Pokemon that's most easy to forget. Like, you basically keep thinking, what is it, which ones am I missing? And it's like, no, you should have them all, but then it's like, oh yeah, Tangela.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of a time that my sister found a shiny Tangela in my Crystal game once, but she had no idea what was going on because it didn't click in about shinies at the time.
Ah.
There we go. Now it's fixed.
There we go.
Though I find it kind of ironic, like with Haos coming in talking about the Mario movie. What I find so ironic about that is that the entire basis of the Kingdom Hearts franchise was that they basically like wanted to replicate the success of Super Mario 64, and basically like they came to the conclusion the only character that's popular enough to rival Mario is Mickey Mouse. Well, now Mario's breaking into the box office. We're seeing where that's actually going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's working out so well. People are pulling out all sorts of shall I say cringy anti-Nintendo stuff. Like, if Nintendo makes $1 billion, that's gonna be problem. Or the anti-woke Super Mario Bros. Movie has a drag scene in it.
It does.
It's not. It's a scene that's out of context and is not something new to the franchise.
I honestly think it would be funny if it was Donkey Kong that did it. Kind of like the whole hula scene from The Lion King.
Would be funny, but like, would you mind if I like essentially spoil like the scene in question a little bit?
Well, kind of.
It's not a major scene.
I have no idea when I'm going to be able to go see it, and even if it does come out, there's probably a chance that I won't even be able to own it because, let's face it, my life is in complete ruins right now. But
yeah.
I kind of want to cling on to the hope that maybe if things start picking up soon, I might actually be able to get some leisure time for myself and go actually be able to enjoy myself at the movies.
Oh, yeah. Because it definitely is a worthwhile movie, so much so that I can see why I can see why it's no surprise that there are a lot of people trying to attack it like they did the Sonic movie.
Please. See? Those guys are just like crazy guys who had nothing better to do with their lives.
Yeah, and that drives me insane. The fact that they have so much free time that their biggest problem is stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just wait till you guys have to start paying your own bills.
Yeah, most of them are the crazy Karens who just who seems to cherry pick everything. No offense to any of my viewers who are actually named Karen and are super nice. You guys are awesome. It's the ones that make you look bad that are not.
I was interviewed by a woman named Karen this past week.
Oh, nice. How'd it go?
That interview was really good. She seemed to really like me. It was basically a company that was founded by a bunch of Germans, so she seemed to really take to the fact that my name was of German descent. Asked me a lot of questions. I think that I answered them very good. It seemed like they were really interested in me. Then a few hours, basically after I get home from the interview, they text me and say that they're going with somebody else.
Ah. Oh well,
Always
at least
the way of things.
Yeah. Oh, we've raided the attic for all of Esther's old stuff and put it all on the block. It's gone bananas! That's what fascinated me the most of the telemetry. I'm getting into analytics. Okay, let's just take care of a good chunk of this with the wide one. But yeah, those who like are cherry picking and not understanding the fun stuff about the film really needs to get a hobby.
Or a life.
But yeah.
Of course, in my experience, getting a life is somewhat harder to get than a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Eh. Anyways, enough of the doom and gloom. Haos, have you ever had one of those surprise Pokemon moments where you thought, I didn't know that could happen, sort of thing?
There's that one time in Sword and Shield when we were going through that dungeon to find a legendary count.
Oh yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Like, what legendary was it?
I know it was unexpected. Like, I think we were going on like, oh yeah, this must be one of these Pokemon of like one of the more famous Pokemon of that typing, only for it to be another one.
Frickin'
Like,
Necrozma.
right, it was Karosma. That was the name. I got the shape in my head, but I just couldn't figure out the name.
Oh, I'm getting some Vietnam War flashbacks when it comes to Necrozma and battling it in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I think we all literally screamed when that happened because it was just so surprising, and
Yeah.
it's one of those shame with the latest Pokemon entries that in their ways of trying to improve the rating system, I feel like they went a little bit too backwards.
Yeah.
Because I like the little turn order that they had before, but now it effectively does not exist.
I just, sorry, it's just, no one can, no, there's never a crazier Pokemon experience than battling Ultra Necrozma.
Ah, he must be a force to be reckoned with, huh?
Oh, I almost lost to that dude. Doesn't help that they had like the whole aura buff thing to buff up a lot of their stats.
I think my favorite Pokemon fight, if I had to call, was against the Giratina fight in Legends Arceus.
Oh my gosh, yes. We
Nothing
would
quite
explain.
nothing quite like a Pokemon battle where after a long hard fight, I think I win. I celebrate, only to be told, "Congratulations, you beat it to phase 1." And then the Pokemon I had getting in the league getting one-shotted, and I had to quickly figure out a way to revive more of my team, while also not getting, while also being able to do damage to Giratina.
Yep.
Have a feeling that you guys would have a time with ghosts and goblins.
But I don't like goblins. I don't like them.
But yeah, trust me, Link. If you ever play Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, be prepared for Ultra Necrozma. Speaking of
Be
which,
prepared for a square.
yeah. Speaking of which, I think I'll soon have to look into getting myself another new 3DS because I'm having issues with the control stick of my current one.
Scheisse.
Yeah, every time when I go down, it's got a dripped thing. It didn't start until recently.
Is it wrong for a second? I thought you said drip thing. Can't handle a joystick that has too much drip on it. Makes it harder to maneuver.
Yeah, I mean, I can easily stop it by, like, flicking it back up, but if I want to go down, I have to be quick. It is like an old... I've had that system for a while anyways, unlike my Switch, so it's no surprise that it may starting to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the Switch, of course. Unlike the Switch and its Joy-Cons.
Yeah. As soon as Nintendo goes back to having good old-fashioned controllers again, then we'll be having the funds.
Yeah.
Yep. Why can't they just admit that the GameCube controller is the best thing that they've ever done and stick with it?
I know.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so how long has the Switch been out now for?
3 years.
Yes.
3 years?
3 to 4 years. No.
I thought that it was closer to 7.
Wait. Let me just double check. And of course my thing went to sleep mode. Haos, could you check?
Sure, just keep on cleaning.
Yeah.
Yes, it was released back in 2017.
Holy crud.
So, 6 years.
Yep.
It worries me. It worries me a lot.
Oh.
6 years and they haven't figured out the drift issue.
Well, I was thinking more of the fact that basically, once we get to 7 years, they'll basically be looking to replace the Switch with something new.
Oh gosh.
Let's hope they get a lot better with the sequel name than they were for the previous Switch.
You mean the Wii U?
Yes. The Wii U, a incredibly flawed system.
Well, it wasn't exactly incredibly flawed, it just wasn't marketed well.
And
That's
there were
part of the
basically no
flaws.
games there were no games for it.
Yeah.
Did not help that it was incredibly unique, all things considered. Where you practically have to design games for it like you're making a DS. Which I imagine was part of the reason that they made it like that. To effectively have a home console game that was akin to the DS. But then they realized how much that wasn't a good idea, so they went backwards for the Switch.
I think that basically the Switch pretty much perfected the concept.
Yeah.
Being able to switch between a handheld and a console.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I basically live in fear of that day when Nintendo decides it's time to basically put the Switch out to pasture and get something new. Because, oh man. Anyway, because the point is that basically I haven't really done anything with my Switch as of yet.
Yeah. That reminds me, I gotta hop onto Animal Crossing sometime.
I'm personally looking forward to when they make the next Smash Brothers games, and anyone who says that there isn't going to be another the one clearly don't remember the last time that was
Really?
said.
Jenny Chin-Chin, she traded cryptozoology. Hang on. Let's see. Jenny's changed shoes. She traded cryptozoology for cryptocurrency. Itty bitty coin looks like the next big thing if you need a tip. That's gonna go and backfire. If you want my advice to give to Jenny there, Aura, Tell her to back off when she has a chance. Because we all know how well that works out. Anyways, going back to Pokemon. This gets me thinking about, like, moments that make us go, what the heck did I just witness? As in, you're not sure what's going on, and you're wishing you didn't see it.
Like?
Oh, you remember a pair of certain brothers at the post-game of Sword and Shield that makes me want to go...
a little bit less than I was expecting. When you were being like a thing that you did not expect to see. Yeah, with Swordbird and Shieldbird. Probably the worst concept I've ever seen for a pair of characters, let alone a
worst natural post-game ever. I'm guessing they're the reason why we now have DLC. To make up for that. Have you had those kinds of moments there, Link?
Unfortunately, no, because all of the games I used to play weren't as sophisticated as that.
Ah.
I always basically thought that there should have been a cutscene in Viridian City when you go to basically take on the Viridian City gym. There should be a short cutscene of a mysterious Pokemon breaking out of the roof of the gym and then flying away.
Yeah, that was mainly something that they did for the movie, though, so... Not a direct reference to something in the game. As cool as that would have been.
Yeah.
That does not help when events weren't around at that time.
Also, does anybody else find it weird that everyone in the world, in the Pokemon world, is just okay with the fact that one of the gym leaders is basically a notorious crime boss?
I have a feeling they probably didn't know until, like, afterwards.
I would hope so. Because you would think that basically the Pokemon League would actually vet these people.
And once you get so big, it's kind of hard to get everything done. Especially since I'm pretty sure Giovanni would likely, out of all the team leaders, he's probably the best at concealing his true agenda. It helps that, you know, he didn't wear his
Evilness.
He didn't wear the rocket logo as a hat. Like most of the other ones do. Like, there's a reason why nobody was surprised when Lysander was the leader of Team Flare, when the dude looks like he would be a part of Team Flare. The most unsurprising part was the fact that they were trying to make that into a legitimate plot twist.
When they made Team Flare stick out like a frickin' sore thumb. and people were okay with it.
It's basically how it goes in the Pokemon world, isn't it? People are okay with it.
Yep. They've had years to get used to this stuff. The fact that you are is just because you are not in the Pokemon world. Not yet.
Though I gotta say, I think that basically, like, one of the best parts about playing Pokemon games is probably the exploration. Basically,
Oh,
just
yeah.
being able to wander around, really just killing time, exploring new areas. Not sure what you're going to come across, but you're not really expecting anything. Because I remember, basically, that's how it was for me. I decided to basically go exploring off the beaten path somewhere along the northern section of the map of Kanto. Came across this huge building that I didn't figure out was actually supposed to be some kind of power plant. Basically, I didn't figure that out, despite the fact that there are a whole lot of electric Pokemon swarming around, basically trying to get at me. So,
Oh, yeah. I remember. First time you
so
go exploring for the power plant.
Yep. So imagine my surprise when I get to the final chamber and I see this bird Pokemon sitting in the middle of the room, and I'm like, what the heck is a Pidgey doing here? So I go up and basically talk to it, thinking that it's basically going to be like, I don't know, one of those scripted events where, I don't know, somebody shows up having lost their bird Pokemon, but you basically just help them find them or something. But imagine my surprise when it turned out to be Zapdos.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's one of those weird things. Zapdos is one of those... I think the legendary birds are, like, probably, like, so easily forgotten about for me. I didn't basically realize that they were a part of the original 150. Because, I mean, the movie in which basically they got, like, a huge focus on was a Gen 2 movie. So...
Yeah.
Yep, so... So imagine my surprise seeing Zapdos here, and then basically realizing that, hey, that means that the other two are somewhere out there in the world as well. And then suddenly that ice cave that's down there in the ocean suddenly became a whole lot more interesting.
Ah, the Seafoam Islands, yeah.
The only problem is that the only way to get Moltres is on the road to victory, which is basically like the challenge before you fight the Elite Four, and that cave is just irritating.
Yep. Whew. Look at that, 71% done. And then, of course, they got alternate forms in Sword and Shield thanks to DLC.
Yeah, the legendary birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Where
turned...
their names became more suggestive than actually.
Yeah, Moltres becomes a dark type. Articuno becomes a psychic type. Yeah, and Zapdos becomes a fighting type.
And
Proving itself that in regards to the birds that like walking around on two legs and having big old head, one is better than two or three.
Yep.
That'd be funny for once if we just had like a multi-headed Pokemon evolution, just where it evolves, but instead of having more heads than it did originally, it just goes down to one.
But yeah, in the Crown Tundra DLC, they gave Galarian forms to the original trio.
wow.
I still haven't gotten that far to encounter them yet. I've been putting it off because I was so busy with other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need to sneeze.
That sneeze, damn you!
Bless you!
Bless you.
That was one heck of a sneeze.
The ironic thing is, I moved the microphone away.
Yeah, unless you mute yourself, we're likely gonna hear it.
Yeah. Ninja sneezes. Don't like them. But yeah, I hope with like the upcoming Scarlet and Violet DLCs, they'll also implement a lot more bug patches. Because it's not bad as it is right now, but a lot of those bugs I see on the internet gets me really concerned. Oh, the upshot of all this is we want you to have the RV.
What?
Hey!
Woo!
They're giving
Well,
it to you, so I guess you're gonna give it to your coworker
Yeah.
then.
We can't have her sitting idle. She's born for the open road. Well, lucky for you, I have a co-worker that's been looking for an RV, Miss Smith. He'll love it.
Let's hope he doesn't end up wrecking it like
Yeah.
Ralph.
Yeah. Maybe you can take your job to other countries or maybe know someone on the lookout for one. Oh, I do. 100%. He's getting a message from me. Now, which one was it again? Let me just double check the old... Now, let's see here. Let's see here. I think it's Calvin. No, it's not Calvin. It's someone else. Ah, it's Harper. Hey, Harper. Got you an RV. She's a beautiful little thing. Nicely used, but she's still roadworthy. Actually, was I finished getting this? Haha! Almost done. Got one last side to go. What the? Oh, it's just the bushes. You know, I kind of predicted something like this was going to happen, that we'll probably be getting this RV. Since, of course, Harper's been messaging saying, found an RV, but someone already got it. Found an RV, but someone already got it. Well, this time, we found the RV, and he's going to get it.
Plus was at the end and said, "Oh, I found an RV."
Did I miss a brake
Nope.
light? Must be those up there. Oh, yeah. There we go. Perfect. All set is this whole left body. And then we're done cleaning this beauty. Harper is going to be so happy.
Mhm.
Let's see. Since we're still on the top of Pokemon, what would you guys say would be your favorite Pokemon to have ever caught? That you would never ever forget?
Darkrai.
That's a good one. What about you, Link?
I'm thinking it's really a hard decision because ultimately I could basically go with my standard favorite, Mewtwo. Basically, I always like making it to the end of the game specifically so that I can deal with him. I know that in the old days I used to basically save the Master Ball that you get from Slipco to use on him, but then basically I decided, you know what, I should just challenge myself, see if I can actually wear him down and catch him legitly for once.
Yeah.
Not really sure like which Pokemon I actually relish in the idea of catching. I know that basically like when it came to legendary birds, when I realized that they were on the table, it definitely made it my mission to get all three of them. Especially considering that the first time I encountered Zapdos, I accidentally KO'd it, and then realized, wait, if I don't save, then I can go back and do it again. Only to then realize that I hadn't saved at all during my time in the power plant.
Oops.
Yep.
One of those oopsie moments.
Yep.
Let's see. I got a lot of answers for that one. But for me, it would be that one time I got myself on the first go a female Salandit. The reason why I say female specifically because they're like Combi. Only the females evolve. And they are definitely my favorite poison type. Specifically Salazzle. You want to know why?
Why?
They have a very special ability. You know how normally poison type attacks cannot and will not affect steel types and poison types?
Yeah.
The Salazzle line looks at that and was like, no, I make the rules and have the corrosion ability. So now they can use Toxic on steel types and poison types, as well as their moves.
Making them a very effective counter there, which is why it's all the more confusing that in Tinkaton's lore it's supposed to be really good against steel types, but it actually has no advantage against its hated enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that ironic?
So, yeah. Those first time actual catches I like are my favorites. When I find a thing I'm looking for in a very short amount of time. But if we're talking about big catches, I'll definitely say my favorite up there is, oh jeez. I would definitely say one time, I would definitely say it would be the one time I caught Palkia with only 3 Ultra Balls.
Wow.
Yeah, I got lucky that day.
Only 3 balls. That's incredible.
Sometimes I got lucky. And the random number generator decided to be nice to me.
Thank you, RNGesus.
Whew, well, sitting.
Speaking of RNGesus, the stuff that I've been doing on the InsaniCraft server required a whole lot of it.
Oh, jeez.
Because moving those crystals into the overworld is no easy task, especially since if they are off-center by even the slightest, they won't go through the portal. And yet, I've somehow managed to get the combination to where I got all 4 of them in the portal, to where I didn't have to reset or reload the crystals in any way. I can't wait to finish that project so you guys can come on and take a look.
Yeah. Oh, Denver's calling me. Hey, FA, you get yourself here as quick as you can. We got an urgent one for you. Thanks.
Ooh.
Oh, no. I have a feeling what it is.
Is it the firehouse or something?
We already did that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did that. Look at that. I took my sweet time and the time-lapse actually picked it up. Harper here. Just want to thank you again for gifting me the RV. I'm about to hit the road, heading for pastures unknown. She's so beautiful and so clean. I know you said not to, but I sent some cash over. Maybe put it towards a washer upgrade. Take care. And I'll keep it. And I'll keep an eye out for any interesting jobs for you. You're the best. You're welcome, Harper. Glad I could help.
Hey, you've nearly got
it's
$1,900.
It's the fire helicopter.
Oh.
Okay, I thought it was something different. Well, I've been at this for like an hour and a half, and my pinky is starting to get sleepy.
Yep, that's usually the time to call it a day.
Yeah. We'll deal with the fire helicopter next, and then we'll start off another mini-series. Namely... Hold on.
Namely...
The Tomb Raider series, where Miss Crot had sent me an email asking me to help clean up her place. So yeah, that'll be fun.
I can't wait to see all the Tomb Raider Easter eggs that they're going to have in there.
Oh yeah.
I just hope that they throw in some from the classic games and not the remakes or the reboots, whatever they are.
Either way, I definitely could use the cash because I need $5,000 to get the best of the best.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, Harper's happy with his new toy. Managed to get 3 vehicles done, and everybody's happy camper. So yeah, I'd like to thank Link and Haos for joining me for this.
Oh, always.
Yep.
And remember, the real magic you have is your imagination.
And then the power washer.
And the power washer.
Rush off like it was nothing.
See ya, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Now back
to hell forever.
Bring some extra Snickers, Link!
You're not you when you're hungry. You're actually Billy Mays.
Bye, everyone.